edges of old buildings, under bridges, within abandoned structures. Simple nests of twigs and debris, close up. Those elevated platforms keep chicks safe from street dangers. Their diet is as adaptable as their choice of home. Pigeons foraging with their distinctive pecking motion. They eat seeds, they eat grains, they eat small green plants, they eat discarded scraps of human meals. Thriving on found food, pigeons across different cities, a quiet, persistent search for food amid human hustle and bustle. Pigeon parenthood is collaborative. Both male and female take turns incubating the eggs. Parents swapping on the nest to keep eggs warm and protected. After hatch, the chicks, squabs, are fed crop milk. Close-up feeding, crop milk being regurgitated to squab. This care prepares the next generation of city dwellers. If you wish to interact, a small act of kindness goes a long way. Avoid large amounts of bread, choose better options. Offer a small handful of bird seed mix. Offer cracked corn. Offer unsalted sunflower seeds. Those gestures let you observe them up close without harm. Wide shot, city and pigeons, a quiet connection between humans and wildlife. Chickens are perhaps one of the most familiar birds, long associated with farms, but now increasingly found in suburban backyards. Their home is the coop, a sturdy shelter that protects them from predators and the elements, where they roost together at night. During the day, their world expands to the yard or run. Here they engage in their most characteristic behavior, scratching, using strong feet to unearth insects, worms, and seeds. This constant activity is essential to their well-being. Their diet is wonderfully varied, commercial grain and pellets, plus what they find themselves. They eagerly consume insects, slugs, seeds, and tender green plants. Many keepers supplement with healthy kitchen scraps, which the birds devour with enthusiasm. Fresh, clean water is vital throughout their active day. The maternal instinct of a mother hen is a powerful force. She becomes a dedicated incubator for about 3 weeks. Once the chicks hatch, her work has only just begun. She is vigilant and protective, guiding her brood, teaching them how to find food by pecking and clucking softly to keep them close. They learn by following and imitating her every move. Provide a good home. The coop must be dry, clean, and draft-free. Regular cleaning prevents illness. Ensure constant access to fresh water, especially in warm weather. Meet these basics and they live healthy, happy lives, rewarding keepers with fresh eggs and endless entertainment. Picture a mother hen with a line of small, fluffy yellow chicks. Ducks are birds intrinsically linked to water. They make their homes near ponds, lakes, slow streams, even big puddles. They may nest on the ground in sheltered spots, but spend days largely on the water. Webbed feet propel them efficiently with grace, superb swimmers from a very young age. A duck's diet comes straight from the water. They are omnivores, eating plant matter and animal matter. They dabble, upending to reach vegetation, insects, and small crustaceans. Some species dive for fish or forage for snails. On land, they graze on grasses and plants. This varied diet works from wild marshes to humble park ponds. Soon after hatching, a crucial first journey to water begins. It is perilous, but her calls and watchful eye guide them. Ducklings can swim almost immediately, learning by mimicry. She remains fiercely protective until they can fend for themselves. If ducks live nearby or with you, ensure constant access to clean water. It is essential for swimming and preening, keeping feathers waterproof, which is vital for insulation and buoyancy. Provide a small pool or clean pond for these natural behaviors. They remain healthy and content in their environment. Let them enjoy their water, and you will be rewarded with happy, splashing ducks. The canary is a small finch celebrated for its beautiful, intricate song, kept as companions inside our homes, living in cages that become their entire world. Originally from the Canary Islands, They thrive in calm, stable indoor environments away from drafts. A canary's cage is its castle. Comfort and security matter. Bright, cheerful singing signals contentment. Their diet: a high-quality seed mix, millet and canary grass seed. Supplement with small amounts of greens and egg food for protein. A cuttlebone provides essential calcium. Fresh water for drinking and bathing keeps feathers clean. Parrots, including the popular budgie, are beloved household pets, known for intelligence and playful nature. Homes should be large with varied toys to climb and chew. Highly vocal, capable of mimicking human speech and household sounds. This talk endears them worldwide. Care: provide mental and physical stimulation daily. Rotate safe toys, offer supervised out-of-cage time, and avoid drafts and sudden loud noises. A stimulating yet secure home lets these birds flourish. The lives of birds are woven into the fabric of our own, a constant and beautiful presence in our world. From the first chirp at dawn to the last flight at dusk, they follow rhythms perfected over millions of years. Incredible ingenuity in building their homes, from a hedge cup to a safe hollow. Beaks and feet are tools shaped by what they eat, telling their place in the ecosystem. Our parks, gardens, and farms are their habitats. We can make them more welcoming. Family life is a lesson in care and dedication. Parents share warmth and forage for hungry mouths, and teach patient lessons in flight. Observing this quiet drama connects us to the pulse of nature. A gentle, respectful approach is best. If you find a baby bird, leave it be. Its parents suitable food and keep water dishes clean. Small actions, native plants, and a little wildness provide food and shelter. In caring for our feathered neighbors, we nurture a more hopeful, harmonious world. The grasshopper is ordinary and extraordinary at once. It lives in fields, meadows, gardens. Its body is compact and built for jumping. Its hind legs are strong and folded like springs. Its eyes are large and watchful. It has three main stages. Egg nymph adult eggs are often laid in late summer or autumn. The female drills a small hole. The eggs sit through cold months and wait for warmth. In late summer or early autumn, the female grasshopper prepares for the future. She uses her abdomen, a specialized tool called an ovipositor. She drills a narrow tunnel into the earth. They are deposited in a neat, organized group. As she lays them, she secretes a frothy substance. The froth hardens into a tough, resilient egg pod. Once the egg pods are securely buried, they enter a long period of dormancy known as diapause. The metabolic activity within each egg slows down to an almost undetectable level. Throughout the long, cold months of winter, the eggs remain in this stasis. The ground may freeze solid around them. The embryos have also produced natural antifreeze compounds, such as glycerol, within their cells. As winter recedes, spring begins to assert its presence. The sun climbs higher each day, warming the earth. Gradual soil warming signals dormant embryos to awaken. Rising temps reactivate metabolic machinery inside eggs. Cell division resumes. The embryo grows and differentiates, entering final development. The process of hatching is the first great challenge in a grasshopper's life. The fully developed pronymph, still enclosed in its embryonic membrane, must first break through its own eggshell. Eventually, the shell splits open, the pronymph wriggles free, but it is not yet a true nymph. Now the pronymph must undertake its first and most important migration, the journey to the surface, moving upwards toward the light. Upon reaching the surface, the pronymph undergoes its first molt almost immediately. It sheds the embryonic membrane that has encased it since leaving the egg. This is the moment it becomes a true nymph, a first instar grasshopper. Its first priority is to find food. It seeks out the most tender vegetation it can find. Camouflage is its primary defense. At the slightest sign of a threat, it will use its small but powerful hind legs to hop into the dense undergrowth. The grasshopper's journey from hatchling to adult is not a smooth, continuous process. Instead, it is a series of distinct steps, like climbing a ladder. Most grasshopper species go through 5 or 6 instars before they reach their final adult form. The nymph that emerges from a molt is visibly larger than it was before. Life as a second instar nymph is much like the first, but on a slightly larger scale. It can jump farther, it can run faster, making it a little more adept at escaping danger. This step-by-step growth allows the grasshopper to adapt gradually to its changing world. In the early instars, the nymph's back is smooth and rounded. By the third instar, small, non-functional bumps begin to appear. These are the wing buds. The buds grow larger and more pronounced with each molt. Internally, changes are just as profound. The digestive system matures, becoming more efficient at breaking down tough cellulose. The compound eyes grow larger, adding more ommatidia. This improves vision, detecting predators from farther away. A tiny first instar nymph nibbles delicately on the softest parts of a leaf. A large late instar nymph, however, can be a formidable eating machine. It consumes large quantities of food each day, often eating a significant portion of its own body weight in plant matter. Consequently, the last instar nymph has a massive appetite and can cause significant grazing damage when in large numbers. They are a crucial link in the food web, converting the energy stored in plants into a form that can be consumed by other animals. When conditions are right, nymphs can aggregate into large bands containing millions of individuals. The color and pattern of a nymph's body are often a perfect match for its preferred surroundings. Those that live in drier, more arid environments are often brown, gray, mottled, blending in seamlessly. As summer progresses and the vegetation dries, the nymph's color may change with its next molt to match the new background. It may align its body perfectly with a blade of grass or press itself flat against a patch of lichen-covered bark. The nymph will remain motionless for long periods, especially during the hottest parts of the day. If discovered, its powerful hind legs can propel it suddenly into the dense undergrowth, often several feet away. While much of a grasshopper nymph's behavior is driven by instinct, its life is also a process of learning and adaptation. It learns to associate certain visual cues with danger. A rapidly expanding shadow from above likely means a bird is swooping in. It learns which plants in its habitat are the most nutritious, which are toxic or unpalatable. Although grasshopper nymphs are largely solitary, they are often in close proximity to others from the same brood. If one nymph suddenly jumps in alarm, nearby nymphs will often follow suit, even if they have not detected the threat themselves. The nymphal stage is essentially an extended apprenticeship for adulthood, practicing and perfecting survival skills. The last instar before adulthood is the culmination of the nymphal journey. The wing buds on its back are now large and prominent, clearly showing the veined pattern of the wings they contain. It can cover significant ground, climbing high into vegetation, and making powerful leaps to travel between plants. The primary focus of the final instar nymph is to consume as much food as possible. This is its last chance to accumulate energy for the final, most demanding molt. As the final molt draws near, it ceases feeding and becomes restless, searching for a perfect spot to transform. Finding this spot marks the end of its life as a nymph. The final instar nymph climbs its is the most profound moment in a grasshopper's life, a true metamorphosis. The process begins as the nymph's body swells, causing its exoskeleton to split open. Slowly and with great effort, the adult grasshopper begins to emerge from its old skin. It pulls its head, thorax, antennae, and legs free from their former casings. Once free from the old nymphal skin, the adult grasshopper is a pale, soft, vulnerable creature. The grasshopper begins to pump hemolymph into the network of wing veins. This hydraulic pressure forces the wings to slowly unfurl and expand, like intricate fans being opened for the first time. For the next hour or two, the grasshopper remains perfectly still as its wings dry and its new cuticle undergoes sclerotization, the chemical process that hardens and darkens the exoskeleton. The pale, soft body gradually gains its mature coloration, providing the camouflage it needs for its new life. When its wings are finally dry and its body is hard, the grasshopper is ready for its first flight. Then, with a powerful leap into the air, it beats its wings, catching the breeze for the first time. It is no longer bound to the ground. It can now travel vast distances to find food, escape from danger, seek out mates. The adult grasshopper perceives the world through highly developed senses. Its large compound eyes are exceptionally good at detecting movement. In addition to its compound eyes, it has three simple eyes called ocelli, thought to detect changes in light intensity. The grasshopper's antennae are constantly in motion, tapping surfaces and sampling chemicals in the air. Most grasshoppers do not hear with ears on their head. Instead, their ears sit on the sides of the first abdominal segment, just behind the legs. This ability to hear is paired with the ability to produce sound, stridulation. Most species create sound by rubbing a row of pegs on their hind legs against a hardened vein on their forewings. With its wings fully functional, the primary drive of the adult grasshopper is reproduction. The male's life becomes a relentless quest to find a receptive female. He will find a prominent perch, often on a high blade of grass, and begin to stridulate. This perch serves as his stage. He is in constant competition with other males in the area. This can lead to acoustic duels, where males engage in back-and-forth contests of calls. Females, meanwhile, are more discreet. They rarely produce sound. Instead, they listen. A receptive female will move through the vegetation, evaluating the songs of various males around her. She will assess the quality of each male's song, using it as a proxy for his genetic quality and overall health. Once a male has attracted a female with his song, the delicate ritual of courtship begins. He approaches cautiously. A wrong move could make her flee. He continues his courtship song, softer, more varied chirps accompanied by visual displays like antennae waving and head bobbing. The female's response determines the outcome. She may remain still, a sign of acceptance, or she may fend him off with her powerful hind legs. If the female is receptive, the male carefully climbs onto her back and initiates copulation by connecting their abdomens. During mating, the male transfers a spermatophore, not just sperm, but a nutrient-rich nuptial gift that helps ensure offspring viability. Mating can last from 20 minutes to several hours. During this time, the pair is extremely vulnerable to predators. After successfully mating, the female grasshopper's behavior is dominated by a single, powerful instinct: to find the perfect place to lay her eggs. Her choice is not random. She uses a combination of sensory cues to assess potential sites for the right texture, moisture content, and temperature, often preferring sunny, well-drained spots with sparse vegetation. Once she has selected a suitable location, the female begins creating a nest. By repeatedly probing with her ovipositor, she slowly drills a narrow tunnel into the soil. When the tunnel is ready, she begins to deposit her eggs, released one by one and carefully arranged within the burrow. As she lays them, she secretes a frothy substance that binds the eggs into a cohesive mass and forms the tough, protective outer casing. Her final act is concealment. She uses her hind legs to push soil and debris over the entrance to the tunnel. The site becomes indistinguishable from the surrounding ground. Her parental duty is now complete. She will not guard the nest or return to it. She may live on for several more weeks before her life comes to its natural end. The life of an adult grasshopper is governed by daily and seasonal rhythms. Being cold-blooded, the grasshopper must first bask, positioning its body to absorb solar radiation. Once warm, its day is a cycle of feeding, singing, mating, avoiding danger. As the sun sets and temperature drops, it seeks shelter for the night, typically settling deep within vegetation. In temperate climates, adults that emerge in early summer live through the peak of the season's warmth and abundance. Their focus is on rapid reproduction. As summer turns to autumn, the days grow shorter, cooler, and food becomes scarcer. The grasshopper's movements become more sluggish. The first hard frosts of late autumn will signal the end of their lives, leaving behind only the egg pods buried in the soil. We began with an egg tucked safely in the soil. The egg waits through winter and wakes with spring warmth. A pronymph struggles out, becomes a wingless nymph. The nymph molts many times, each molt a small rebirth. With each instar, it grows stronger. Wing buds swell, legs lengthen. The final molt frees the adult with wings, the adult song, the urge to mate. Female lays egg pods to start the map again. This life story is full of risks and small triumphs. Many eggs fail, many nymphs fall, eaten by birds, caught by spiders, felled by disease. Yet even the losses have purpose. Predators are fed, plants are pruned, nutrients are cycled into the soil. Each life stage fits into the larger web of life. Temperature sets the pace, moisture sets the pace, food sets the pace, shelter sets the pace. Grasshoppers are more than garden visitors. They are pollinators in small ways, herbivores that shape plant communities, and prey that sustain many species. Their feeding recycles plant material. Their eggs and bodies feed beetles, birds, mammals. Even in outbreaks, they reveal how energy flows through ecosystems. Scientists note that healthy grasshopper populations often indicate healthy grasslands. They are living signs of balance and change in our fields. Human actions change this balance quickly. Habitat loss, intensive farming, pesticides, and climate shifts alter where and when eggs hatch. Conservation can be practical and small in scale. Leave sandy banks and field margins untouched in autumn. Reduce broad-spectrum pesticide use. Plant native grasses and wildflowers to provide year-round food and shelter. These steps help eggs survive and nymphs find safe places to grow. People can also watch and learn. Listen to a male sing on a warm day.